All right, so there may be a few more people joining us, but we have quite a few people on, and we do want to be mindful of everyone's time, and it's 9:04, so we best get this party started. So first, I just want to thank everyone for joining us this morning. Some basic housekeeping rules before we begin. We are recording today's session so that we can share it with our partners and our friends who couldn't join us this morning. We're asking that you please mute your microphone when you're not speaking. We will open the floor for questions and comments, feedback and ideas near the end of our presentation. And we are encouraging participants to email their questions or comments to cdc@lacdubonnet.com. As last year, we had a flood of questions and comments going through the chat box, and it was very difficult just to keep up with it. And we want to make sure that we can address everyone's comments and questions for sure. So just trying to develop a better method to do things. Our agenda for the day is pretty simple. We'll have a quick welcome introduction of everybody who's on the call with us today. We'll discuss the CDC's priorities, our CDC projects that we've been working on, projects that are upcoming. Then we'll enter a brief question period and then talk about how you can join the CDC and participate in some of these great projects with us. I'll pass it over to Scott. Or not, did he disappear? Okay, I will be Scott as well today. First, we'd like to start with an introduction of the board. So if my board members are here, we can start with, I'll just go through the list. I have Craig on my list first, if you wanted to introduce yourself quickly, Craig.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Craig Hallwalks. I joined the CDC about a year ago. So this is I guess my first AGM. I bring a bit of background from economic development from the province of Manitoba, which I was involved in a number of government departments. I spent about 38 years with the provincial government, mostly in the finance and admin area, but in the economic development department. So hopefully I can add something to the group and look forward to the next year.
Thank you, Craig. Grant.
Good morning. It's Grant Hine from the RM, counselor with the RM of Lac du Bonnet. I guess I was voluntold I'm here. Actually, it is something I have a great amount of interest in.
Thank you, Grant. Linda.
Hi, I'm Linda Hampshire. I am part owner of Waterside Wireless. I am also the Chamber of Commerce president. I've lived in Lac du Bonnet most of my life, and I look forward to working with the CDC and promoting the community.
Okay, thank you, Linda. Who's next? Oh, and the list just bounced around. Did I miss Keegan?
Hi, Keegan Svensson. I am the appointee from the town of Lac du Bonnet, and I've been on for what, 8 months now, give or take in there. Still sort of partially in COVID time, so everything still kind of runs together a little bit, it seems like.
Yes, thank you, Keegan. Roland?
I've been with the CDC since the inception. I now live in Stonewall, but I'm a member at large. I've been very, very interested in always the community projects that's been happening. Have tried to be involved in every one of them. I've owned several businesses in my life. I'm retired. And I did a lot of economic development, both on a regional, provincial, and national level. And I just like the mode, the people involved in the CDC and the direction that the CDC is going. So that's my interest, and that's why I stay. And that's why I've had the privilege actually of staying with the CDC as a director, even though I don't live in Lac du Bonnet anymore. I spent 15 years there, but I have great interest in that community area.
Thank you,
That's
Roland.
it.
We'll get to Scott, who is back with us in just a second. I'm Cindy Mitchell, the Economic Development Officer, and I handle the day-to-day operations of the organization, working, with the board on a variety of projects, which we'll jump into and explain. And the driving force behind everything that we do is, the community and the board members being inspired by the community to create these projects and move the community forward. So we're very fortunate to have such a great team working for Lac du Bonnet. That's how I feel anyways. And Scott, you're here with us. So we'll get you to introduce yourself. And I just kind of took over your slide. So we've done the board introductions with you as the last one. And then we can jump into asking the participants to just introduce themselves.
First of all, I'd like to welcome everybody. This is our annual general meeting, which is where we get to puff our chest and tell you about all the good things that have happened in the last year. My name is Scott Jones. I am Deputy Reeve in the municipality. When I got on council 4 years ago, I jumped at the opportunity to be the chair of the CDC because I'm a firm believer that the CDC represents our community. And the CDC can help our community grow, develop, bring other services to the community. And we've done just that. Mind you, it's a ball that's continually rolling. It's getting bigger and bigger, like when we were kids and used to make a snowman out in the snow. Keep rolling the ball and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. I'm quite excited about some of the things that the CDC has done and is doing. There's great opportunity for established businesses that to get more business. There's opportunities for new businesses. There's opportunities for families to grow. Our biggest challenge in the past has been jobs in order to keep our young people at home, basically. And I think we're starting to crack the nut that has prevented us from doing that. We have some exciting things. So anyways, I will say and reaffirm what Cindy has said, we have a great team. And if any of you want to join, we would love you to become part of our team. All of us are hands-on. When there's something that needs to be done, we roll up our sleeves and we get her done. That's kind of a saying that we have. The other thing is we are about our community. We are not about the town. We are not about the RM. We are about our community. And the better we make it for our community, the better it is for everybody. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Cindy, and sorry for the long-winded blowhard.
Okay, I'm just going to ask the participants if they wouldn't mind introducing themselves. So I'll just call on you in order I see you on my screen. So Jordan.
You have to unmute your mic.
All right, DJ, are you with us?
I am here. I'm DJ Seals. I own Barrier Bay Resort, but I also am the president of the North Whiteshell Business Association and the Whiteshell Market co-chair of the Whiteshell Marketing Association. So I know Cindy and I have been talking a lot of how we connect our two communities and make it beneficial for both, and use some synergies and make it easier for that to bring people out to this region.
Thank you for coming today, DJ.
Yeah.
Jody?
I'm Jody Griffith. I'm in transition. My husband and I farm south of Winnipeg, and we're moving to the Lac du Bonnet area. So I'm self-employed. I have a wellness business called Wholehearted Sage, and I've been lucky enough to meet a lot of the folks here through the chamber, and Keegan through the youth center. So it feels like a nice space to begin to get a sense of what the community is all about. So thanks for having this and inviting me.
Thank you for coming today, Jody. Dallas.
I'm Dallas. Live in the RM of Lac du Bonnet and small business owner, Sam Communications. We do marketing.
Thanks for coming today, Dallas. And then Jordan, I don't know if you're back, but Jordan is the manager at White Spruce on the Lake. We've been having a few discussions on different things that they're doing there in their developments, and maybe some partnership opportunities in the future.
You might also want to add manager of the Lee River Campground as well, the newest campground in the community, 47 campsites. And White Spruce, I believe, has 370.
Yes, growing business for sure. All right, so now we'll jump into the heart of everything. And we want to start with talking about the priorities of the CDC. And the priorities are the what, the why, and the how of our organization. So the what of our organization is our mission statement. The CDC exists to foster social, environmental, and economic development within the community of Lac du Bonnet by diversifying and growing the local economy, creating employment opportunities, increasing tourism, and improving services. The why and the driving force of our organization is quite simple, because the community of Lac du Bonnet deserves it. The how of the organization is focusing on 4 key priorities to achieve the organizational and community goals. A summary of our 4 key priorities are marketing and branding to showcase Lac du Bonnet as a community to live, work, play, and invest. Tourism development to utilize tourism as an economic driver, where more visitors is more opportunity for our community. Business development by providing support for new and existing businesses and local nonprofit groups in the community. And then CDC sustainability and operations, where we source funding to support the operations of the CDC and maintain the daily operational goals of the organization. Of course, these priorities are broken down into many goals, actions, and tasks. And many of the projects that we're going to talk about today overlap in 2 or more of our key priority areas. As we move through the upcoming projects that we're working on, you'll notice this icon with the pertinent priorities highlighted so you can see where they overlap. So Scott and I would like to take turns just highlighting some of the CDC's key achievements and activities since we met last August 2021. I think it was a year ago today where we actually met. The CDC has significantly increased the number of projects that it works on, and many of our projects are ongoing community projects that are enhancing the community. We want to be mindful of everyone's time here today, so we will provide just a brief overview of the projects and community initiatives that we're working on. Again, there'll be a short question period at the end, but we are encouraging people, if you have questions about any of the projects that we discussed today, shoot us an email. I'll also be sending out a feedback form later today, so you can fill that out as well. Yes, so I think we're going to just pass it over to Scott, who will discuss the first project.
The CDC has worked with many great businesses and organizations over this past year, providing grant funding opportunities and development support to several local nonprofit organizations and businesses. We've also worked with several local businesses in consulting and training capacity to help develop marketing and business plans, offer support and guidance, or provide information about the community to those looking to start or move a business to Lac du Bonnet. The CDC also fields regular calls and emails answering general questions about the community, such as where to find services or provide tourism information. Most of the support services provided by the CDC are free for our residents to access. If you are looking for a business, please get in touch with Cindy to see if the CDC would be a good fit for your needs.
In 21, the CDC launched a website development program to help local businesses get online with a website. The program was designed to support business owners who are self-developing and want the ability to manage and maintain their own websites. The training is available for those who don't have a website or need some training to be better able to manage the site they currently have. This is an ongoing community initiative, so you can contact us if you or if any other business owner or organization you know needs help building a website or with support training for a website that they already have in place.
In 2020, the CDC was instrumental in providing support to the VORR committee by designing surveys and advertisements, supporting community engagement sessions, conducting and organizing research, and preparing the final report and findings and recommendations for the application process. That was completed by the RM in September of 2020. For those of you that aren't familiar with the VORR, it's Vessel Operator Regulation Restrictions. And it was a survey and public meetings with local residents about Lee River and the traffic, the quantity of traffic, safety issues, and all that type of thing. That report has been submitted to Transport Canada by the RM, and it has been approved, and implementation of the VORR should take place in 2023. Some of those things include restrictions of certain types of vessels on the Pinawa Channel at certain times of the day. Also, where a distance from the shore, currently it's 30 meters from shore if you're in transit, and that's increasing to 100 meters. So there are places on the Lee River where boats will have to stay in the center of the river if they're in transit. So it should make our waterway safer and more enjoyable for everyone.
Another ongoing community project that we have is managing and maintaining the Driscape app and myldb.ca, which continue to be the primary online marketing hubs for all things fun in Lac du Bonnet. This is where we promote to tourism visitors, and it's separate from the CDC website. And combined, we have reached nearly 13,000 users with over 23,000 content page views since last year. Over 83% of our website users are finding Lac du Bonnet tourism activities and businesses through organic search, which is great exposure for our community. And like I said, this is another ongoing community initiative as we continue to add and promote Lac du Bonnet's tourism assets. And we're asking businesses and nonprofit organizations, you know, if you have a website that we'd love for you to link out to MyLDB just to continue increasing the reach that we have and the engagements that we have to promote everything fun in Lac du Bonnet.
In 2021, the CDC was contracted to conduct research and networking for FERPA, a Mexico company that transforms municipal solid waste into a concrete-like product. Through this research and after a community review, FERPA has decided to build its first Canadian facility in Manitoba. That will create 80+ jobs and bring a real solution to a global problem. FERPA's solution to waste management is a solution that can end landfill use. And we are pleased that FERPA is looking at 2 communities in the area for the location of that plant. And for those of you that aren't really familiar with FERPA, FERPA has a worldwide patent. They take municipal solid waste, everything, be it grass clippings, be it food waste, be it dirty diapers, be it branches, leaves, anything. They take it, they run it through their process, they sanitize it, and then they add a bonding agent and they compress it into different shapes. And those shapes could be something like a sidewalk paver stone. It could be a parking curb. It could be a highway divider. It could be a pole. It could be whatever you make the mold is what you can produce as an end product. It is truly a zero waste process, and it has huge impacts on greenhouse gases. Methane gas is one of the biggest culprits of global warming or climate change. And the FERPA process eliminates the use of landfills. And in Manitoba alone, there are several landfills that are within 5 years of the end of their life. And communities are wondering, what the heck are we going to do if we can't use a landfill anymore? So it's a great opportunity, and hopefully our community will be impacted by this. Our goal is at the CDC is to do the research, and if a project goes ahead, we receive a payment, and we want to make the CDC self-reliant, self-funding. So in the long term, it's good for our taxpayers as well. Back to you, Cindy.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry.
No,
Sorry, Cindy, it's my slide again.
no, volunteer is my slide.
Earlier this year, the CDC played an instrumental role.
Oh, you're
connecting-
jumping ahead, Scott.
Am
You're
I?
jumping ahead. We're on volunteer, LDB.
Oh, sorry, fast fingers.
Don't skip this one. It's so important.
Okay, sorry, Cindy.
So last year, the CDC partnered with Heroes Alliance and the Lac du Bonnet Alliance to create a volunteer LDB, which is an online community volunteer hub. Through COVID, of course, many of our events were canceled, but now that they're returning, the site can be a valuable community asset to connect volunteers with opportunities in the community. This is, like I said, an ongoing community project where the community organizations can list their volunteers and the public can go find volunteer opportunities that they can lend a hand with. I know that Volunteer LDB has helped find a few board members for the fishing derby. It has helped find some volunteers for the soup kitchen program that's running. So we have a wide spectrum of available opportunities. And we can use this program to, create the job description and get it out there to the community. So if you're running an event, if you need a volunteer, if you're working with an organization that needs a group of volunteers, let us know and we can help you get everything set up on the Volunteer LDB site and help you promote that position.
All right. Earlier this year, the CDC played a very instrumental role in connecting the RM of Lac du Bonnet with Valley Fiber. Valley Fiber has started the work on a $13 million investment, laying fiber on the west side of the RM When the project is complete, 100+ kilometers of fiber optic infrastructure will be in place in the RM along Provincial Road 317, Highway 11, and up Provincial Road 313 to Bird River area. And 2,200 homes and businesses along the route will have access to the fastest internet in the world. That is huge.
In 2021, I completed the experiential tourism training program with Celeste DeVar through Eastman Tourism. I am now an experiential tourism development coach and can help local businesses and organizations develop their activities into experiences. I'll just take a quick second to explain what experiential tourism is. And simply put, it's taking an activity, something that Lac du Bonnet has a lot of, and adding layers to it, such as food and storytelling, location setting, and more, to enhance the activity and turn it into an experience, something that visitors will remember for a lifetime. One of my favorite examples of this is instead of stopping at a local bakery to buy picnic food, the bakery can develop an experience where participants can spend the morning learning how to make the pastries, and then they take their fresh baked pastry goods out for a picnic along one of our trails where a storyteller joins them and shares the history of the rural area. It too is an ongoing community initiative, and the CDC has an intake process. We can help up to 3 businesses or organizations a year to develop their program, and it's a series of sessions that we would do together one-on-one, bringing in some other coaches from time to time and expanding your team to develop your experience. If you'd like more information, of course, you can give me a call or you can join us for the upcoming Lac du Bonnet Tourism Cafe on September 6th, where I'll be joined by Jenny Dupas of Eastman Tourism, and we'll be discussing all things experiential tourism.
Under contract with the RM of Lac du Bonnet, the CDC manages property leases of RM-owned land for recreation, foraging, and cropping. Under the management contract, the CDC will streamline the process for property leasing, manage leased properties, market and promote available properties, and generate revenue for the operations of the CDC through annual lease payments and the RM of Lac du Bonnet through municipal tax collection on the properties. The CDC is currently producing property profiles and conducting site visits for available properties to create a comprehensive inventory list, and is actively leasing properties. This just recently started, and we really didn't know totally what was going to be involved. It turned out, I think we have a list of about 35 pieces of property that the RM owns. And these properties, for the most part, are chunks of property that are anywhere from 5 acres up to 160 acres. And the 160 acre packages are predominantly bush, untouched property. They're perfect for recreation. They're also good for foraging with a little bit of work. An awful lot of work if you wanted to farm it. But we currently have 4 leases completed in a relatively short period of time. And I think there's going to be good opportunities for people that want to lease a piece of property that is very remote, isolated, for those people that want something that is not in the hub of Lee River or the Winnipeg River. So.
The Lee River Winter Trail has been a passion project for the organization, where we've brought together a team of volunteers who want to build the world's longest skating trail here in Lac du Bonnet to beat the current world record in Invermere, BC. Last year, approximately 18.5 kilometers of skating trail was created in late December. And we're looking forward to, of course, continuing this community initiative this winter. The trail has received $7,000 in grant funding from the Beausejour Co-op and the Lac du Bonnet Ice Fishing Derby. And we are also being supported by 2 community residents who have invested in larger and industrial-sized snowblowing equipment to help better maintain the trail, especially like when this past winter, there was just so much snow. This year, we're looking forward to getting closer to our 32-kilometer goal and adding a walking path and cross-country ski trail to the skating trail. Again, we are looking for volunteers who want to help out with this project. So if you are interested, just give me a call.
I'm interested. Sorry, that's a great initiative. Event park development. After working with the event park committee and its partners, the CDC has been given approval from the property owners to further investigate the development of an event park for Lac du Bonnet using 100 acres of land, including the Old Town Lagoon site, the old rice plant property, and Lakers Ski Club. We are excited to enter this phase of planning that will include community and stakeholder engagement sessions to determine what will be included in the development, and a complete site analysis to assess development needs, costs, phases of development during this process. We will be able to start painting a picture of what the event park will look like and creating the plans to secure funding for development. To date, we are working with community partners such as Eastman Tourism, Amore Cantina, the LDB Museum, the LDB Community Garden, Community Futures, Winnipeg River, Fire and Water Music Festival, the LDB Chamber of Commerce, the LDB Farmers Market, the LDB Ice Fishing Derby, and the LDB Wildlife Association, the Town of Lac du Bonnet, and the RM of Lac du Bonnet. This project I'm very passionate about this project. I look at the farmers market as an example. They don't have a permanent place they can call their own. The event park could provide a building, a roof over their head so that the vendors don't get soaking wet on a rainy day. Customers that come through would also be sheltered from the elements. My vision is that we would have a commercial kitchen at the back of that building, which would allow for other activities to take place. It's a huge, huge opportunity for the whole community. Car shows, swap meets. I don't know if the Boy Scouts do jamborees anymore, but jamborees, we could have a winter festival. We could have all kinds of things. So it's a great project. It's going to take a long time to do it, but we have now taken the next step, and the planning and consultation with the public and stakeholders is about to start. So if you're interested, please, by all means, jump in.
All right, moving into some newer projects that we've been working on. So just in June of this year, we relaunched the Lac du Bonnet Community Events Calendar. We have been working to adding events on the calendar as we come across them, but businesses and community groups can submit their own community events to the calendar by filling out the submission form on the events page of miledb.ca. The events calendar is already positively affecting Lac du Bonnet's online presence with increased exposure on Google search and Google event listings, and has over 200 page views since mid-June. We're also looking for ways to partner with our tourism partners so that when a listing is created on MyLDB, it can also be submitted to other online calendars for submission and listings, making sharing community events easier, more time effective for our volunteers who are having to fill out all these online calendars, and more widespread promotions for the community.
In May, the CDC and its partners presented the Great Outdoors Expo and Market. This two-day event drew 1,500 people, recorded sales of 82,622 on the show floors, and generated over $250,000 in qualified leads for the large ticket item vendors who were in attendance. In a sample survey of sponsoring businesses completed after the expo, we received reports of weekend sales increases from 7 to 40% when compared to the weekend prior to the expo, showing a direct impact on the community, especially for restaurants and accommodations. Many new partnerships were also formed between the vendors, the local businesses, now offering new products or services due to the connections made at the expo. Planning for the 2023 Great Outdoors Expo and Market is underway. Would you like more information about the expo or to book a space for the 2023 event? Please visit greatoutdoorsexpo.ca.
In April of this year, the CDC launched the Lac du Bonnet Tourism Cafe to connect the Lac du Bonnet tourism industry. Each month, we host a cafe with presentations from various partners in the tourism industry. The cafe has been a great networking opportunity for businesses, nonprofits, and volunteers in the community to come together, share ideas, and connect with service providers. Our upcoming sessions are September 6th with Eastman Tourism, where we'll discuss experiential tourism development and some free training that you can receive either through the CDC or through Eastman Tourism. On October 11th, Community Futures and the CDC will be partnering up to present municipal funding request preparations, so we can all be prepared to submit our funding requests into the town and the RM later this year. On November 15th, the Manitoba Tourism Education Council will be presenting How to Remain Viable in Changing Times. This is an organization that offers many wonderful and many free online courses that our community can take advantage of. And on December 12th, Volunteer Manitoba will be present, and they'll be talking about ways that we can assist our groups to develop and maintain effective management and organizational strategies. Of course, that's a lot of board level training and volunteer relationship training.
The Old Hickory waterside markets are new to Lac du Bonnet this summer season. It just started this past weekend as part of a test and development phase to grow and develop the event for 2023. The market showed some promising results, with vendors making over $1,000 in combined sales over the 3 days at the market and seeing an increase in online orders from the exposure it brought to them. The CDC obtained an in-kind contribution of $70,000 from Old Hickory Buildings, which donated the buildings for market vendors to use. The CDC has also partnered with Manitoba Maid Store and the RM of Lac du Bonnet, and together we hope to develop the markets into a new Lac du Bonnet shopping experience that will give businesses a place to pop up, shop over the summer months. Watch for more details about the markets happening on weekends at the Ferdwood boat launch until mid-September. The CDC also negotiated the use of Old Hickory Buildings for use at the Pit Stop Produce Market, which has enhanced the visitor and vendor experience. There are some Old Hickory waterside market spots available for the season. If you or someone you may know might be interested in setting up, please contact Cindy for more details.
In April of 2022, the CDC launched its Lac du Bonnet souvenir merchandise line. So merchandise is sold at events that the CDC attends and through partnership with the Manitoba Maid Store. Merchandise is used to promote the community. It generates revenue for the CDC operations and is a great community branding and marketing piece that people love showing off. We're looking forward to increasing our product line to include more designs, winter gear, and reordering our more popular clothing items like the Canada Day tees that flew off the shelves much faster than we had anticipated.
The CDC partnered with LM Creative and obtained an in-kind community contribution of $20,000 for photography and videography services to capture the community's assets. The first session was completed during the Lions Canada Day celebration. During that trip, the fireworks, the fair, the car show, the beer gardens, the talent show, the farmers market, Old Pinawa Dam, Blueberry Rock, Fernwood boat launch were captured. The images and footage will be available in the coming months and can be used to help promote these events and places for next year. Tourism commercials are being planned next and will be used to promote Lac du Bonnet across multiple mediums. The CDC will share these content assets with the community to enhance branding on a larger scale and provide organizations with marketing materials to promote their community assets.
And the last project we have, it's kind of an oddball kind of project. But earlier this year, the CDC was approached by video content creator and documentary filmmaker Noel Lindsay with a crazy idea to start a motorcycle road trip travel series released on YouTube. So the plan was to start and end each road trip video in Lac du Bonnet and feature the road less traveled and the places less known. So in April, we did our first road trip with Noel just to see what it was that he was going to be creating. And from there, an amazing partnership was formed. Every video promotes Lac du Bonnet by starting and ending here, encouraging travelers to eat, sleep, shop, and visit while visiting the rest of the region as well. My family and I have been, I guess we're part of the team now, right? We are part of the Epic Rides film crew and spend our weekends working on Epic Rides as a hobby. So this isn't on the CDC books, but we love getting out to create these fun travel videos that also benefit our community. Epic Rides has 9 travel videos currently released on YouTube with 90 subscribers. The videos have been viewed 2,300 times for a total of 215 hours. They have a reach of over 19,000 people. So overall, it's an engaging touch point with potential visitors to Lac du Bonnet and the Eastman region. If you haven't already, go check out Epic Rides MB on YouTube and pay special attention to the 2-part video series that we did about Lac du Bonnet. There is amazing footage in there of the Canada Day celebrations. Joel Spearman playing harmonica like a pro up on stage at the talent show. And of course, amazing drone footage of the fireworks that are put on by the LDB Lions. So check that out if you have some time. So as you can see, the CDC has been very busy adding a lot of community projects and initiatives to the mix as we continue to enhance the 4 priorities of the organization, which are marketing and branding the community, tourism development, business development, and working towards creating a sustainable CDC organization. There are a lot of new projects and initiatives that we are excited to get working on. Some of these include adding French translation to the MyLDB website to reach a new market of Manitoba visitors, working with partners to develop cooperative advertising campaigns for our community, our event organizers, and our businesses, and developing fundraising opportunities to support the expenses of some of our larger community projects, and of course, continually working with our partners and our businesses to increase the economic, social, and environmental well-being of Lac du Bonnet. Later today, I will be sending everyone here a brief feedback form, and we'd love to hear from you about your ideas on different community projects and initiatives that you think would be a good fit for the CDC and for Lac du Bonnet. And as we work together, we can all continue the growth of our community. We'd like to open it now to questions or comments about our presentation today. Again, we want to be mindful of everyone's time, so we'll keep this portion to about 10 minutes. We really encourage everyone here to email us with questions or comments they may have. And like we said, we will send out that feedback form a little later this afternoon. If you have a question or comment, if you could please raise your hand using the raise hand option under the reactions button. Turn on your mic and ask the question because it's difficult to keep up with the chat box and we want to make sure that we can have everyone heard. So yeah, if anyone has any questions, I'll just be scrolling through looking for some hands up, questions, comments, ideas you'd like to share with us.
Mr. Mitchell has a question.
He does.
Yeah. It's just relating to the Valley Fiber coming in. What is the impact of Valley Fiber coming to Lac du Bonnet? Like, what's the impact for residents and businesses and whatnot for the community?
Well, that's a very good question, and I'm glad you asked it, Dallas. Fiber optics is going to be bringing the fastest internet available. Each user will have their own dedicated line. So typically today, our internet's not bad, but come a weekend, especially a long weekend, everybody has issues. With the fiber optics, you will have the same speed and service all the time. Now, what does that do for our community? It does a lot for the people that are working from home, that need to live stream business meetings, presentations, that type of thing. It also, excuse me, it also will allow businesses to look at Lac du Bonnet and say, wow, okay, well, you've got good internet. Maybe it is a good spot for me to open my business. I think a lot of the businesses in the community, they will find that their internet works much better. Hopefully it makes it easier for online sales. There's a lot of benefits to it. It should be something that everybody has access to. I mean, they will provide internet, telephone, and television. So it's not just the internet. It's offering those three items. I happen to know a business that has Valley Fiber already, and they said they've noticed a huge, huge improvement in the quality of internet that they get. The other benefit is the gaming community. Valley Fiber was rated, I can't remember the name of the magazine, but they rate areas internet providers with their gaming quality of streaming, and Valley Fiber was #1 in the country. So that opens up a whole other door. I'm not a gamer personally, but I know people that are, and they just can't wait because the opportunities are good, because they want to do the tournaments and they want to play their friend that lives in Colorado or wherever, and they have trouble doing that now. So hopefully I answered your question, Dallas.
Yep, absolutely. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Jenny has a question.
Hi, good morning, everybody. Thank you for having me here today. This was like one of the best AGMs online that I've attended. So well done, you guys. So I'm curious about your Old Hickory Market on the water. I'm curious to know what kind of uptake you have with vendors, and also if there are visitors going there, or maybe if they're there launching their boats, or if it's being attended so far. I know it's very early on, but I'm just curious.
Yeah, no, it's very early. So we ran 3 markets just this past weekend. I would say it was probably a 50-50 split between residents shopping and people launching their boat shopping. So, and like non-residents, right? There was opportunity for me to give a lot of information about the area through our brochures that we had there. We are still looking, because it's a test year, right? And it's, you know, late in the season. So we are still looking for vendors to participate in the markets. We do have available spots, and you can get the dates. I can email you the dates or whatever. Yeah, so it's going well, but it's so early, it's hard to tell, right? But we're figuring it out, and looks like a promising activity that we can carry forward with.
Yeah, I think it's a brilliant idea. Pop-up markets are trending. And so I think this would be a really good attractor to the community. Yeah, once the message gets out there. So another question, are you taking vendors just from your community or outside of the community?
We're taking from outside the community.
Okay.
One thing I'd like to point out is the Fernwood Boat Launch is very well known on the Lee River and Pinawa Channel. However, there is a better location that I think we're going to be moving that to next year, and that is at Leaside Park. Leaside Park is located on Provincial Road 313. It's just east of the Pinawa Channel Bridge. So it's right along the provincial road there. And there's a brand new double boat launch being built there as we speak. And we think it will attract a lot more people than Fernwood just because of the exposure to 313. So people going up Bird Riverway and beyond drive right past it. Plus all the other people in Alexander that may not even be aware that Fernwood Boat Launch has a market. So that will boost attendance big time.
Brilliant. Look forward to seeing where that goes. Thank you.
Thank you.
I have a question for either one of you on Valley Fiber. Two questions, actually. Do you know approximately how many customers Valley Fiber will be reaching?
2,200 homes.
2,200 homes?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you go up the Lee River Road, up in that direction, Cape Copper Mine, will they be receiving Valley Fiber?
Yes.
Okay. And I missed what you had said. They also will be offering television service, internet, and phone?
Telephone.
No. Telephone.
Yes.
Telephone. Like cell phone. Cell phone or telephone? Like house phones?
Yes, it's a house phone, and it's I think it's based off the internet. It's a wireless home phone, I think they call them, right? So it still runs over the internet, but it operates like a home phone that you would, you know, plug in your phone and go.
Yeah, you can buy any set of phones, plug it
Right,
in, and
yeah.
you'll have your own. Yeah, you'll have your own. Okay, yeah. No, I just wanted to clarify that because, yeah, that'll really give a lot of service to some small businesses that are out there.
And the other thing that we should mention is Valley Fiber currently have a promotion where if you sign up now, you may not get it until next year, but if you sign up now, they include the installation.
They do. And technically there's a waiting list. So first you have to get put on to the waiting list, and then when they open that service up for our area, then you can sign up to receive it.
Okay, I guess, I mean, we have Linda with Waterside on the meeting with us. And I would hope that would not impact, or if they can partner or something with that particular company. I'm not sure, but we also have to be cognizant of our local business.
Absolutely. And you know what? Waterside Wireless offers fantastic service to our area. Unfortunately, and I wish I could have Waterside, but I am not serviceable by them, right? So Valley Fiber does become an option for me, right? And I know there's people out there like that, but if I could, I would choose Waterside first.
That's all I have to ask. Thank you.
Hi, everyone.
Hello,
Hi,
Linda.
Hello. Yeah, it's quite the information here. We are aware of this, and currently I'm not really at liberty to discuss anything. So, but I did want to just, mention that. So we will see what happens and go from there.
Thank you, Linda. DJ has a question.
DJ.
Yes, sort of a question and a comment. I'm kind of jealous of you guys getting fiber there. And regardless of who it comes from, like if it comes from Linda's crew or Valley Fiber, I was just wondering if we could get the two contacts, because years ago MTS trenched fiber right through the park up to Nunavik. So we just need somebody to activate it and use it to get us some fiber out here. So, we've been fighting with, well, when it was MTS, I went through there and they threw out a huge number and I agreed to it. And then they started backpedaling because I guess they didn't think somebody would say yes to that. So there's an opportunity either for Linda's crew or if I could get the information for Valley Fiber as well to connect this area as well, so we can stay more connected.
Absolutely.
'Cause,
DJ, I'll send you both contact details after.
Awesome, yeah, because I mean, I know it's not directly related to where you guys are, but I do know, say for us, a lot of our guests do go to Lac du Bonnet, like they go to the farmers market, etc. So if they have more access to kind of your websites and whatever that you have, then we're only a half hour away. It's not a far distance, so that also helps bring up the tourism coming from the Whiteshell to your region.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's it for questions.
I think it is, and I accidentally hit some buttons and jumped a slide, so we will just back up one to join the CDC.
If you're interested in joining the CDC board, we are now taking nominations. Please submit your resume and a brief bio to Cindy by August 30th. The nomination committee will review your details and the shareholder will vote on new board members at the shareholder meeting held on September 6th of this year. For further details, please contact Cindy. We also have opportunities for volunteers to help out from time to time with projects that interest you. If we have shared a project today that you would like to get involved with, contact Cindy for more details and opportunities. I'd like to thank everybody for coming today and attending. We try hard. Our doors are always open to suggestions, ideas. I think you'll find that our CDC team is pretty progressive. We like to get things done. We don't like things to linger around and debate it for a long period of time. And I think you'll find that our team pretty much is on the same page every day. Anyways, if you want to join us, please do. Our doors are open and we want to make our community a better place for everybody. Thanks again for attending.
Thank you for coming, everyone.
Thanks.
Okay, I guess that's, we're adjourned.
We are adjourned, yes.